Hi everybody, welcome to my latest video. I'm up early and that's because I'm scrambling to get a whole bunch of things done before I head to Porto tonight and then to Canada tomorrow for a couple of weeks. I'm really excited for the trip, but I've got a lot to do. So many things to do that I couldn't even spare the time to find my hat this morning. So this video is a fun one. We're going back inside the house for some work. I start work on something I've been meaning to do for ages, and I also start thinking about the wiring. And then we also go down to Sinead's place, pay her a visit. She's had some amazing progress on her toilet. And we start the video with a road trip. Sinead's friend Paula visited, and the three of us head off to Aveiro. Sinead and I head off to Aveiro for lunch, and then we collect her in Porto and have a bit of an adventure. So let's start the video with the road trip and then get into the rest of it. And I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you again at the end of the video. Aveiro was really beautiful. We had a little wander around and ate some fabulous food before heading to Porto to collect Paula. And I gotta say, the traffic on the way to Porto is definitely a lot different than traffic in the countryside, but Chenade did an amazing job getting us there in one piece. After a fabulous night in Porto and some more amazing food, we headed along the Douro River to my friend Jimmy's place. He and his partner Laura have a beautiful piece of land. It's going to be a massive project. It's in a valley with amazing views, and it was wonderful to go there and finally visit and see what he's been up to. They also run a kayaking business together, and we had an opportunity to go out with Jimmy for a half a day where we explored a tributary of the Douro River. It was super peaceful. It was really one of the best little getaways I've done since being in Portugal. So relaxing, and it was amazing to explore this beautiful part of the country. So if you're looking for something fun to do along the Douro River, I highly recommend kayaking with Jimmy and Laura. And if you do go on a trip with them, say hi from me, and I hope you have a fantastic time. The next stop on our road trip was a small city called Amarante, which I'd never heard of, but it's stunningly beautiful. And we went there for a world music festival called Mimo, which is a 3-day festival, but we went for one night. And it was all very civilized and very well organized and totally free. We even camped for free along the river and just had a fabulous time. It's a beautiful spot, and I definitely want to go back there to explore more in the future. So I'm just back in from the holidays. It was a lovely, lovely time, and I'm happy to be home, but also happy to have spent such a great time with some friends. Meeting up with Jimmy and checking out his place was wonderful. If you're interested in his business, I'll put all the details below. But first, before I go check out the garden, now that I'm back, I've never seen Tracy the trumpet flower looking so sexy. It's wonderful. One of the advantages of living in a place like this is most people here are really into gardening. So when you have somebody watch your house, the gardens and the plants always end up very, very happy. So my friend Kimbo did a wonderful job watching over the valley. She was at Chenade's place and mine, keeping everything alive, keeping the cats fed and giving them cuddles. And yeah, the place looks great, at least up top. And I imagine it's gonna look wonderful down here too. And I've got this bowl at the ready because I think there's gonna be a lot of stuff to harvest. So let's head to the tomatoes first. The plan is to make what I think is the most delicious, spicy tomato chutney. And I want to make it probably tomorrow night, so I feel like I might as well do some harvesting now for the ones that seem really, really ripe and ready to go, like that one there, this one here, and then I think either tomorrow morning or afternoon I'll come around and get the rest whenever I have time. But it looks like there's a lot to harvest, there's a lot ready. And the chutney is going to be absolutely amazing, and I'm gonna share the recipe with you because it's really one of my favorite things to make. And then as you can see, there's also some basil going completely crazy, and so I'll make some pesto as well and film that because the pesto is also great. So I've got some tomatoes going crazy, got some more tomatoes in here. Come on, little guys. And yeah, this is definitely going to be a massive haul of pesto as well. And something I've noticed is that we've got a few rogue cucumbers in here. And I think there's actually a couple cucumbers growing in Tracy's garden bed too. So I'm going to probably leave those there because you can never really have enough cucumbers. Especially when you're someone like me who loves making pickles. So I've got a whole bunch of work ahead of me processing. Things have gone crazy. And I have a lot of work to do also at my place, and that's because I'm going on another trip. I'm going to be heading back to Canada very soon, and I just have a lot of stuff to get done before I do. I'm trying to hide from the sun. So yeah, I'm just going to carry on picking tomatoes, and I'm going to enjoy a meal with Sinead and Paula, who I've been having fun with over these past couple days, and just relax this evening and go at the work and the food processing full steam ahead tomorrow onward. So speak of the devils, here they are.
Speak of the devil, the devil appears.
Paula's having a little tour of the lands. Hello. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
And this is the garden, and I'm going to be putting you to work in here pretty soon. What do you think of that?
I think that's wonderful.
Yeah?
Tomorrow, not today.
Okay, yeah, tomorrow.
Oh wow, look at the sunflowers.
So, lots to do. See you guys soon. And yeah, we'll relax this evening and get to work in the garden tomorrow. So this is really crazy. This wasn't in the forecast, but of course, because I have a big day of work planned, working outside, it's decided to rain. So I'm gonna need to drag this lime into the house, get it all mixed up, because I'm gonna be working on something that I find very exciting. I'm gonna be embedding some of the conduit into the wall, including the one that's gonna run from the outside in. And then I'm gonna use that bucket of lime to plaster certain sections of the wall where I can run the conduit. But first, before I can get going, let's say hello to this little fellow. Did you miss me? And I've got a bit of rearranging to do in this section so I can get to work. Alright, so I've moved things around, I've covered things up. I might have gone a little bit overboard with protecting everything because I don't think things are going to get too dusty in here. These guys are all wet because it's still raining outside, but I feel prepared, and my goal right now is to fill in this gap. But first I need to see what's going on in here and make a hole from the other side. Because, as I mentioned in my previous video, I want to run conduit through from the inside of the house to the outside, just in case I want power out here. I can run the lines underneath the rafters and just have lights or maybe a power socket or something. So I feel like the opportunity is there because I currently have a hole in both sides of the wall, and I think it'll be easier to run the conduit through now than drilling later on. But it's much easier and more entertaining to show things than to talk about things, so let's get to work. So I know I could get this job done really easily with the mega drill, but I don't feel like getting it out, and I'm wondering if maybe I can just remove this one stone here and get the job done that way. Only one way to find out. Let's go. And possibly I should move these fairy lights out of my way. Okay. That's not exactly out of my way. It's fine. Well, this is proving a little harder than I expected. I wonder, do I just keep going for it? Or do I get the drill? Well, it's not budging. Let's try the drill. This should make short work of this hole, hopefully. But it's a lot messier. I need the gear, and so it's always nice to try the chisel and hammer way before getting out all the big guns, but this should do the trick. Well, that was definitely brute force and ignorance, but I still have a ways to go to get through to the other side. I was hoping that when I took that stone out, it would have been daylight. To the inside, it would have been much easier. I might actually use this as an opportunity to cement more around the rebar there, so this is held in better, because I think the hole to the other side will be somewhere around here. So I guess I'll just get the drill out, get that all done, and you'll see me again soon when I'm ready to put the conduit through. Okay, I got the hole through. I've put a little bit of lime over the rafter rebar to hold that more solidly. And I've created the piece that's going to go through the wall and around the corner on the inside. Working with the conduit is super easy. It's basically just plastic tubing with connectors and corners, and it cuts really easily with a hacksaw. So making the pieces for the size that I need is fairly simple and didn't take too long. But before I can put this into place, I have to remove this, get out of the way, because I want to fill this little cracky bit, and it also goes down to the back as well, with stones. Got a bucket here. So I'm going to be using schist, which I don't really have much use for on my land, so that'll be good for the more narrow parts. And then I'll chuck the smaller stones sort of down into the abyss back there. And then that means that when I'm filling it with lime, I'm not going to use quite as much because I still want to have some left over to plaster the conduit in place. So I can't imagine me stuffing stones into a crack is the most exciting viewing. So I'm going to work my way through this bucket and just make a little base layer. And then I'm gonna, after that, come back with the lime and basically just keep working at it. So a few stones, some lime, so everything kind of fuses together, a few more stones, a bit more lime, and yeah, I don't know how long it's gonna take, but first step, boring stone stuffing. So I'll do that, and I'll see you again, hopefully pretty soon. Okay, I've used a pretty decent number of stones, but because there's such a cliff on the other side of this wooden lintel, they're all just kind of beneath the level of the wood, so I'll fill that in with lime, it'll drop down into there, and then I'll stuff more stones in. Got the lime at the ready, and I'm really hoping I have enough because the bucket is maybe a third full, and yeah, I really want to fill this hole in, but also do a little bit of plastering as well without having to do another mix. So time will tell. Let's stick some lime into a hole. So this is yet another one of those difficult to film, not massively exciting things. So I'm gonna get on with this. I'm gonna have some lunch, and I'll see you again pretty soon. Okay, it's looking good. I've filled in quite a bit of this, but I've left some space for the pipe to go through, and I haven't built it out very far because I want to basically embed the conduit into the wall. So I'm going to need to figure out a way to attach the conduit, raise it up a little bit off of the wooden lintel, and I'll do that as I wander down to Chenade's. And that's because it's been a long time since I've gone down there and given you guys an update on her bathroom. And let me tell you, it's amazing. I actually love it. She's put a lot of work into it, making things just so, and she actually put quite a bit of thought into her toilet box as well, which I don't feel like those words have ever been uttered. They put a lot of thought into their toilet box. Well, actually, I did a very detailed drawing of my toilet box, so perhaps us humanure types are a little bit of different thinkers than your average person. And yeah, I've got some impressive stuff to show you, and she's starting work, I think, now on her plumbing for the bathroom as well. So I thought we'd take a little break, head down, and see how she's getting on. I feel like I'm being followed. Hello there. This little guy also likes to come down and visit Chenade. And the other night when we were in the yurt, he was on top of the yurt, meowing from the hole above. So that was kind of surprising and also very impressive. So he enjoys coming down and seeing Auntie Chenade. Larry's more of a homebody, but yeah, it's always nice to see them having a little wander around and coming to say hello when I'm hanging out down here. I see that the guest is enjoying her holiday.
For sure. Cheers.
How's it going? How do you like the Superbock?
It's amazing.
It is. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. Well, enjoy.
Thank you.
And then I think Sinead is over here making some bread. Mikey is supervising. I know. Hello there.
Hello.
How's it going?
I'm just, you know, multi-talented,
Yeah.
and you're doing my bread making.
Bread making, and while you're busy with that, I guess I will do a little tour of the structure. So not just a bread maker, also a toilet maker extraordinaire. And she's got plans for an outdoor kitchen in this space here, which I think I've mentioned before. But the toilet structure is, you know, it's still a work in progress. There's still only, you know, it's airy. I think there's a window going to go in here. There's obviously the cladding, which looks really amazing, and the toilet box Actually, instead of me talking about the toilet box, who goes there? Enter. I'm decent. So.
Do you love her?
I love her. And the roof.
I know.
The roof is looking great.
I know. This roof is definitely better than my first roof.
The first roof is
floppy.
She's a floppy roof, but she's gonna be.
She's floppy.
She's gonna be defloppified.
We're gonna do roof 2.0.
Yeah.
Now that I know how to do a roof.
And this is toilet box 2.0. Show us.
The greatest feature in the toilet box. Well, I need a handle first of all. I mean, who doesn't need a drawer in the side of their compost toilet?
I'm envious that I don't have one. It's like, is mine even worthy?
We've got a waste department, and then we've got the compost mix in here. It can be anything. Could be anything. Today it is pine needles.
It's usually sawdust for people, but we ran out a long time ago. I'm currently using random soil.
I was using ash for a while.
Yeah?
So, yeah.
Ash is another good one.
Yeah.
But we'll get to the sawdust place eventually.
Yeah,
so,
here. I don't need glasses on.
As you can see, we've got a lovely wall.
This is temporary. Obviously. This is temporary. This is summer ready. And I'm now going to move on to getting it winter ready.
This is not winter proofed. I see this now.
No, this is summer ready.
Yeah, and also this possibly not winter proofed as well.
Lots of ventilation.
Yeah. Thank you for the update on your toilet structure and a look into your great design mind. And I'm going to stop talking now and go back to work. So rather than babbling on to Chenade, I'm going to head back up to my place, have some lunch, have an ice cream, say goodbye to Paula. I'll see you later on.
See you later.
Enjoy your beer and your break.
Thank you.
And yeah, we'll chat soon. So I'm going to get back to it, and the very first thing I need to do is figure out how to get these conduits into the wall. So I've got some thinking to do. I've got some ice cream to eat. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon from inside the house. So I'm back up in the chair working on the wall, and you might notice a little piece of metal there. It's what I think will be a really good way of securing the conduit against the wall to make everything easier to plaster. Here it is. It's flexible strapping that I bought a while ago. I've pushed it into the wall and built it out a bit to really get it in there. So that one's done. This one's partially done. I'll probably do that one after the pipe's in. And then I've got this one as well. And as you can see, it just goes into the wall. And then I'll fill the lime in to make it more secure. And then once I put the pipe in, I'll bend it up. And then I can plaster around the pipes. So I finished off the big bucket of lime. That's outside. I can forget about it. It's out of my life now, but I have this little bit remaining. So I'm hoping it's enough to do what I want to do. So I might as well put this one in place. And then I've got another one to do after this. And then I can think about getting these pipes through the wall. And hopefully I have enough lime to finish the job. So this level of the liming is a base layer, and I've actually built up many, many base layers over the years I've been living here. That's what these scratch marks are. It just allows the next layer to grip on more easily. So the idea with these walls is to build them out to be more or less perpendicular, because right now they're a lot, they go inward at the top. So I have a lot of room to play with sticking pipes in here, because I'm going to be building it out quite a bit. But I don't need to do that right now. All I want right now is some space for the pipes, and I want the metal pieces held in reasonably securely. I might try to put the pipes in while everything is still wet, since they're light. But if that doesn't work, then I'll just have to wait a little bit for everything to solidify, and that's also fine. I've been looking at this hole above the lintel for a very, very long time, and so I'm extremely pleased to be working on this, and yeah, I'm very excited to not have to be looking at random holes in the wall. Always a good thing. Make some space for the pipe, and yeah, I think that should do it. All right, the plastering of the weird hole above the lintel is now finished. The metal things are in place. It's all really wet, but there should be light at the other end of that tunnel. There is. And that's where I'm gonna put the pipe through and plaster the first pipe into place. It's really quite hard to film up here, so I'm going to just show you my hand. And this has got a nice little plug of toilet paper in it to keep the debris out. We'll stick it through the hole. Come on. Come on. There we go. And get the other piece on. Oh, come on. Why are you not going? Why are you not going? Why are you not going? There we go. It just needed a song. So that can go there, and then I'll attach this piece, which I have to put the camera down for. So one moment, please. Actually, maybe I can film it. The camera is now precariously perched on the other strap. It's really never easy filming up high on chairs and things like that. At least with the scaffolding, I have something to put stuff on, but up here, I just have, I don't know, weird metal things, and I just try to be as creative as possible. So the pipe is through. We'll go take a look on the other side, but this seems to have gone to plan because I have 2 more of these conduit things that I want to stick on top. I'm not going to put them in place yet, but if I get the metal positioned correctly, I'll be able to slot them in afterwards, and it's going to make everything a lot easier. Actually, I can film from the mezzanine, so that's a bit of an epiphany, which is great. So I can try to show you what my plan is. Got these big long conduits, and they're just gonna, you can just slide into here once I do the plastering for the one beneath it. And the idea is basically just to have, I think, maybe 2 more of these long ones, maybe just one, running, so that I can take the electricity from the solar in the corner and run it around to have a plug for the fridge, and then also run it down the wall to have some power points over in the corner. I think my lighting will be wired through the roof, so this should be good. I might put a 3rd conduit in, or a 4th one, I guess, just in case, because once it's in the wall, you won't see it anymore, and if I need to use it, I know it's there. So I have lots of ideas about how wiring will work based on what I've seen my dad do, and I need to do a drawing, sort of lay everything out, but I'm pretty sure this is what I need for this side of the house, and I'll talk about my wiring plans and ideas another time. So let's just go take a look at what this looks like on the outside. Okay, I want it more over here, so I might have to put something in there to hold it in place, and the distance maybe could go in a little bit more, I think. So yeah, that looks pretty good. Time to lime. Good morning. It's a brand new day and everything is exactly as I left it last night. And that's because my camera battery died last night and I couldn't wait around for it to charge up because I had dinner plans. So that's my excuse, but I didn't want to push on with the work because I think it's going to be a fun little flurry of activity to finish that wall. So I'm going to head back inside to finish things up. But first, I just wanted to share this absolutely glorious day. It's beautiful out here. It's nice and cool. And this is just the perfect temperature for me. So I'll finish up this stuff inside and then I'm gonna be spending the rest of the day on the land. So I'm out of lime, and I wish I had more because I would continue on with this wall. It's just nice to cover up the stones, makes everything a lot lighter, and it just makes the house look a lot more finished as well. The reason I haven't completely covered this stone here is because I'm likely to want to attach something there, possibly for the kitchen. I don't know what yet. So I'd rather keep that stone exposed for the moment, because when I'm drilling stuff in, I want it to go into the stone and not into the middle part. So it's a very small thing, but I'm definitely happy to have that hole filled in, and I'm really happy with how it looks. It's just a slow process. Eventually I'll start plastering that side. I'll need to think of the kitchen in the future, but this is just another little thing that's been bothering me for a very long time. And I feel like the next step is to just finish off this section, get it done, get those stones back in there, and then the front of the house, I think, will be finished. Time has been marching on. I've been working hard, but the front of the house isn't quite finished because I've put cement in here just to make it a bit stronger with the rafter right there, and I want to let that solidify a bit. And so, knowing that I only have a little bit of lime left for pointing, I decided instead to do the pointing on the side of the house. So I finished up that mostly. I've got one more little bit still to do, and finishing that also allowed me to finally put the workbench in place. So I'm very pleased with all of that. I've also laid out the conduits up top, up above the window, so you can sort of see the method to my madness, sort of what I'm thinking. But I'll talk about my wiring plans in a future video because, if I'm perfectly honest, I don't really have very many plans beyond the above the window stuff. So I'll see my dad very soon when I'm home in Canada. I'll have a chat with him, possibly do some drawings, and hopefully come back with a plan for where to lay the other conduits. I've already actually put some through a clay wall, and I'll probably end up feeding a lot of wires through the roof as well. But this is the kind of stuff I need to think about before I actually get on with that work. So I'm off to a good start, and I'm really pleased with how it's gone so far. I think my conduit in the wall plan will work okay. So this has been a really long video. It's been packed with stuff. I loved getting away on a little vacation, but I also loved coming home, seeing the garden, and getting back into the work. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're into kayaking, please do check out Jimmy and Laura's business. I put all the details below. Kayak Oliveira. I had a great time. They do all kinds of stuff, just rentals, day tours, half-day tours, paddle boards, and it's just a really, really lovely area. And yeah, go say hi. They're friends of mine, and it would be lovely to send people their way. And if you do, let them know you came from my channel and say hello for me. So that's all from this video. Babbling on as usual. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.